Welcome to this gentle yoga practice for upper back and then kyphosis, that rounded upper back. So for this practice, you'll need a blanket or maybe a cushion. I've just got a folded fleece blanket here that we can use. So just pop that to the side and we'll use that a little bit later. You can also use a towel. Anything you've got to hand will be good. Right, so we'll pop that to the side and then we're going to start lying down. So once you're on your back, start to bend into the knees and bring the feet flat on the floor. They don't need to be super close into the heels, just allow them to rest in a comfortable position. Soften through the shoulders. You might want to lift the hips up and down a couple of times just to find that sweet spot for your lower back to rest. Settle. Inviting this practice and this time for yourself today. Let's invite a few gentle, soft sighs. So softly breathing in through the nose. A gentle sigh out. Soft breath in. And out. Let's do that one more time. Softly breath in. Nothing too forceful or strong. And out. And then begin to close the mouth. And start to breathe in and out through your nose if you can. And becoming aware of the air coming in through the nose. And the air leaving through the nose. Just settling. And then begin to roll the head over towards the right ear. And then back through the middle, over to the other side. And let's do this a couple of times, over to the right and the left. One more time. Nice and easy, allowing the head to rest back. And then arriving back to the center. And start to bring your awareness down to your hips, resting onto the ground. Notice the space between your lower back and the floor, your lower back curve. Start to roll the hips towards you, gently guiding the belly button down towards the ground, closing the space between your lower back and the floor. And then rolling the hips away, inviting the space between your lower back and the floor to get a little bigger. And again, rolling the hips towards you, guiding the belly button down, just gently guiding the lower back down. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fully touch. And then rolling the hips away. And let's do that a couple of times. And rolling forwards and back. One more time. Lovely. Coming back to neutral. And then bring the knees in and give yourself a nice big hug. Hands could be on the knees or maybe behind the thighs if that feels a bit better. A little rock from side to side could feel good here. And then begin to roll over onto your side. Doesn't matter which one. Use the top hand to press into the floor Oof, and ease up to tabletop. So come into hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can always make a closed fist and come up onto the tops of the knuckles if the wrists are feeling a little bit sensitive today. And let's come into a few rounds of cat-cow. So start to lift the tailbone up to the sky. Soften the belly down. And then heart space shines forwards, gazing forwards, shoulders away from the ears. And then begin to drop the tailbone down, rounding into the upper back, pressing into the floor. Maybe let the head drop. See what that feels like on the upper back. Well, it might feel like a nice stretch there. And again, lifting the tailbone, soften the belly down, heart space shines forwards. And then drop the tailbone down, rounding into the mid-upper back, pressing into the floor. Let's do that a couple of times. Now, if your upper back is feeling stiff or even painful today, then take it easy. You can always stop and take a pause at any time. Remembering we're here to nurture ourselves and look after the body. Not trying to bully ourselves in any way. So maybe one more if that feels good for you. And coming back to tabletop position. We'll start to walk the hands back towards the knees and then stand up onto the shins. Feel free to pad the knees, you've got your blanket. Lift up through the sternum. And begin to sweep the arms up to the sky. Nice wide V, softening into the shoulders. We'll flip the hands and bring the arms nice and wide onto the lower back. Tops of the hands onto the lower back. Start to bring the hips down towards the heels and lower the body down as far as feels comfortable for your knees, for your ankles and your hips. Press down through the shins, look forwards and sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Nice big wide V. Flip the hands and bring the arms wide as you lower down, hips towards the heels, lowering the body down. We'll do this a few times. Look forwards, inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling down, going wide. Inhaling, sweeping up. Exhaling down. One more time, inhaling, sweeping up, little energize. And then bringing the hands onto the lower back, softening down. Easing into a child's pose, so let's bring the arms down. Maybe wiggle the knees a little wider. Shimmy the hips down, little wiggle from side to side. And then you could stay onto your forearms or bring one arm on top of the other, making a little pillow for your head, or even extending the arms out if that feels good for you. Taking 3 breaths here, softly in and out through the nose. Lovely. Start to lift up. Come back to tabletop position. And then we'll tuck the toes. And we're coming up to standing through downward facing dog. So fingers spread nice and wide, a little wider than the shoulders. Tuck the toes, strong arms, and then lifting up and back. Keep a little bend into the knees. High up onto the tiptoes. And we'll start to pedal through the legs. So reaching one heel down towards the ground. And bending into the opposite knee. Take a little softness into the knees and wiggle the hips a bit from side to side. Come back to the center, bring the feet a little wider. And then start to walk the hands back towards the feet. And we'll come to a forward fold at the back of the mat. Lifting off the hands. Letting the hands hang. Maybe release the head. Give the head a little wiggle. A little yes. A little no. Coming back to the center. Bringing the hands onto the tops of the thighs. Shoulders slide down, push into the thighs and lift up halfway. Flat back. Look forwards. Press through the feet and sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Reach tall. And then soften. Bringing the arms down by the sides of the body. Okay, we're going to step to the front of the mat. And then step the left leg back. We're coming into a warrior one variation, where we bring the heel down. Both hips facing towards the front. And bringing the arms up. And then bending into the elbows. So we've got a right angle in the elbows. Reaching the palms forwards, and we're going to glide the shoulder blades back. Start to bend into the front knee and push as if you were pushing a heavy imaginary door in front of you. And then pull the elbows back into the sides of the body, not too far, just to the sides. Straightening into the front leg and lift the chest, lift the gaze slightly. And again, push forwards, bending into the front knee. And then pull the arms back, lift the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, push. Inhaling, pull back. Exhale, push. Inhaling, pull back. We're coming into warrior one now. So press forwards, rotate the hands to face each other. Sweeping the arms up towards the sky. And then softening the shoulders down. 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose. Release the hands. Come up onto the high, come up onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Look forwards and we'll step to the front with confidence and have a little wiggle. Okay, let's move on to the other side. So stepping the right leg back this time. Medium step back, guiding the heel down so that foot is out a little bit. And then start to come into your right angle with the arms, reaching the palms forwards, fingers up towards the ceiling, and gliding the shoulder blades back towards each other. Stand tall, inviting a breath in. As you breathe out, bending into the front knee, push as if you're pushing a really heavy door in front of you. And inhaling, pull back, elbows in towards the sides of the body, straightening into the front leg, lift the chest. Exhale, push. Inhaling, pull back. Exhaling, push. Inhaling, pull back. And again. Last one. Coming into warrior one, push forwards, rotate the palms to face each other, and then sweeping the arms up towards the sky, softening into the shoulders. Imagine you're holding a big beach ball in front of you, energy all the way to the fingertips. One more breath. Lovely, soften the arms. Lean forwards, lift the back heel, step confidently to the front. Have a little wiggle You know I love a wiggle. And then come to a comfortable standing position with the arms down by the sides of the body. We'll rotate the palms and the arms to face forwards. Start to sweep the arms forwards and up, going a little wider at the top. Flip the palms and then bringing the arms down. Keep the chest lifted as you bring the arms back behind you. And again, inhaling, sweeping up. Exhaling down. And if you're struggling to coordinate the movement of the breath, don't worry. The main thing is just keep breathing. So focus on that. Choose what you want to add in or not into your practice. Maybe coordination comes at another time, a different day. If you've got a lot on your mind and that's adding too much complexity today, then just keep it simple. Focus on keep breathing in and out through the nose as best you can. And that's enough. Let's do one more, sweeping the arms up and down, leading with the palms. Bringing the arms out in front of you, rotate the palms up, soften the shoulders down, and then start to bring the arms wide. Lovely, flip the hands, come through the middle and cross over. And again, flip, bring the arms wide, flip to the center, cross the other way, if you can remember which way you went that first time. And we'll keep that going and do a few more like that. So really getting things moving in the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, the spine. So hopefully if you've been, I don't know, maybe you've been at a desk all day, maybe you've done a lot of traveling, maybe that's part of your job, maybe you're a hairdresser or a dentist and you feel like you're kind of rounding into the upper back. Hopefully this will help to straighten up. I feel a little bit taller, a little bit more space in the upper back. And if you are feeling any pain or discomfort, hopefully that will ease. Lovely, one more time. And then release. Have a wiggle into the shoulders. And the other one. And then we'll bring the feet a little wider. Wide leg position. With the arms down by the sides of the body. Begin to sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Palm in towards the body. And then slide the left hand down. Easing into a side stretch. Just go as far as feels comfortable. Press through the feet, come back up to the center, and then we'll swap sides. Left arm sweeps up and over. So we're not reaching down to the foot, we're just letting that hand slide down as far as it wants to go. And then coming back to the center. Let's do that again. Right arm sweeps up and over. Coming back to the center and down. Left arm sweeps up to the sky, up and over. Coming back to the center and down. One more time. Right arm sweeps up to the sky, up and over. Keep breathing. And then back to the center. Release the right arm down. Left arm sweeps up and over. Coming back to the center, releasing the arm down. Let's heel toe the feet, back to the center, comfortable standing position. I'm going to take hold of the fingers or the wrists, softness into the knees, and then start to draw a semicircle around the hips with the hands. So let the body move, easing into a few gentle twisting movements here. Keep the arms quite relaxed if you can. See what that feels like in the back. Remember, you can always stop. And then move the hands a little higher to about the bottom of the ribs. And guide the elbows and the arms from side to side. So it's almost like you're pulling one elbow one way, pulling one elbow the other way. How does that feel like in the back? Oh, I can feel that around my shoulder blades. Just bringing a little bit of movement, easing any stiffness there. And then we're going to come up a little bit higher and do a little twist here, like this. One more. Hopefully you reach tall. And then float the arms down. A little shimmy. Okay, let's make our way to the back of the mat and we're going to come down. So feet a little bit wider than the hips. We'll do a nice roll down, so soften into the knees. Start to bring the chin down towards the chest and then start to round into the upper back. As if gravity was guiding you down. Start to look forwards. Reach forwards with the hands and walk to tabletop. Lower the knees down with control. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our front. So walk the hands a little further forwards. Move the hips forwards, coming into a half press up position, and then lower yourself down onto the floor. Feel free to adjust the hips, and we're going to come into half locust. So keep the forehead on the floor. We'll sweep the arms down by the sides of the body with the palms down. We'll keep the forehead on the floor for the first few, and then I'll give you the option to lift the head if you want to. Okay? All right. So start to slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Squeeze the glutes, the buttocks. And then hover the arms off the floor. So really think about the bottom of the shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. Reaching down towards your heels with your fingertips. A little squeeze. And then release. Maybe bring an ear onto the ground and have a little wiggle into the hips. Okay, and again. So slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Hover the arms off the floor. Maybe you'd like to hover the head as well. Give yourself a bit of a double chin. Lengthen and stretch the back of the neck. So 3, 2, and then lower. Bring the left ear onto the floor. Have a little wiggle, relax the shoulders. Okay, let's go again. Bring the forehead in the middle. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Hover the arms off the floor. Thumbs out to the sides. Maybe lift the head. Give yourself a bit of a double chin. Squeezing into the glutes. We're still breathing for 3, 2, and then lower with control. Right ear comes onto the floor. Have a little wiggle. Just one more time on the other side. If that's enough, just feel free to stay here and rest for a little bit longer. Okay, forehead in the middle. Lift the shoulders off the floor, sliding the shoulder blades towards each other, hovering the arms off the ground. Squeeze into the glutes, and then lift the head slightly. Chin down a little, breathe. Holding for 3, 2, and then lower. Bringing the left ear onto the ground, have a little wiggle. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders, big push, up to tabletop position. Easing the hips back into an extended child's pose, maybe toes are tucked. Okay, start to lift up. Bringing the legs around in front, and we'll start to make our way onto the floor. So we're going to use our blanket, fold it over, and create a little support for your head. So onto your back, and then roll onto your side. Bringing the cushion underneath so that the head and the neck is supported, just so that we're not like this. And then bringing the arms out in front. Take a breath. And then start to lift the top arm up towards the sky. Let your head rotate, looking up towards the ceiling. And then back as far as feels comfortable for your body. And come back onto your side, and we'll do that a few times. So top arm sweeps up towards the sky. Easing back behind you. Try not to reach with the arm. Look after the shoulder. Think about the movement coming from the spine, the body. Lovely, coming back up. And then onto your side. Let's do that one more time. Sweeping the top arm up towards the sky and then back behind you. And reaching up. And onto your side. Bring the arms in, rolling onto your back. Take a little moment here. Breathe. And then rolling onto your other side. So rolling onto your other side. This time the top arm on this side sweeps up towards the sky and then back. Lovely, coming back to the sky and then onto your side. Okay, let's do that again. And then bringing the arms in and rolling onto your side, onto your back, sorry. Bringing the knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug. And then rolling onto your side, coming up to seated. And we're going to set ourselves up for our last shape, which is our supported fish pose. So creating a nice rectangle with your blanket. And then rolling it up, making a gentle, so it's not too big, little sausage shape. So that's going to go across. So when you roll over it, your arms are above that top edge. Like that. Easing the head down. And if your chin's up towards the ceiling like this, you might need another support underneath your head. That might be another folded blanket or a folded towel or something. Bringing the arms nice and wide. And we can bring the feet a little closer, wider. And let the knees knock towards each other, or maybe it feels okay to straighten the legs. Doesn't feel okay for everyone's back, so choose the one that feels the most restful for you today. And then we begin to settle, softening or closing your eyes. Come back to your breath. Begin to follow the flow of your breath coming in and out through the nose. And with every exhalation, inviting a softening the shoulders down. Softening into your arms and your hands, all the way to your fingertips. Softening into your face and your jaw. Softening into your chest. Softening into the abdomen. Softening into your hips. Softening into your legs all the way to the tips of the toes. Inviting 5 more breaths here. Really allowing yourself to be present. Feeling the space across the front of the chest. You're more than welcome to stay here a little longer if this feels good. There's no rush. If you're ready to move, start to bend into the knees if the legs are extended, and start to bring the arms across into the body. We're going to roll off the blanket, either smush it behind you or bring it underneath your head, and then roll onto your back again. This time with the blanket roll not there, underneath the back. Let your body settle into this neutral position. And observe how your body feels, your upper back, your chest, your shoulders. If there was any discomfort or pain, is there any relief? How are you feeling? And then we'll start to bend into the knees, bring the knees in, give yourself a nice big hug. Roll over onto your side and come up to a seated position. So that might be cross-legged or on the knees, or even you come up to sit on a chair. I'm going to sit onto my knees and then start to lift up through the sternum. Imagine there's a space and a little hook. We're going to hook up, grow a little taller, and then roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the hands together, invite a soft breath in and out, bowing the head down. Thank you so much for joining me today for this gentle yoga practice for the upper back, the shoulders. I hope you're feeling a little better, a little bit more limber, and hopefully reducing any discomfort or pain if you're experiencing any at the beginning of the practice. So thank you very much for joining. If you enjoyed this practice, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more gentle and simple yoga practices that you can do at home. Thank you.